Thank you, thank you. One and all. Doug's giving me a cue over there. It's now time. He's powered up. So welcome. This is 2011. This is a special meeting of the City Council. 6 o'clock. The press and public have been duly notified. We have a very brief agenda, as you all are aware. We're here tonight to reaffirm the assignments for the coming year. And so first I'll ask Marie to take a roll call so that everybody knows who everybody else is. In case they've forgotten them the last one. Okay, is everybody here? Yes.
Yes, here. All present and accounted for.
All right, thank you. Our next item on the agenda is appointment of standing committees of council. You have before you the committees as we discussed in December, and the city representatives to both CARTA, the COG, and the Charleston Visitors Bureau. I'm going to make a motion to approve those as submitted.
Second.
Motion is seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now we move to the boards and commissions. I'll ask our Personnel Committee Chair from last year to address these.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. You have before you the recommendations from the Personnel Committee, that which we did previously vote on in December. You have them on there, so I'll make this as a motion to approve all those listed on page 2 of what should be your handout.
Okay.
Second.
Motion seconded. Any discussion?
Second.
Okay, seconded.
Third.
And third, okay. Any discussion? None heard. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None heard. Moving on to the legal appointments. Before you, you have recommendation to appoint 2 sitting judges for our municipal court, Judge Harper and Judge Maloney, and our city attorney present, Sterling Halverson, and assistant city attorney this year will be Clay McCullough. I'd like that in the form of a motion.
Second.
Motion seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, motion carries. Running right through it. I think I mentioned earlier, but I'll do it because we have it on the agenda, that Marty Batelli would serve on the CARTA board. I'd like to make that as a formal motion.
Second.
Motion seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Marty, did you say aye?
I did.
Okay.
A little hesitation, but I did.
A little more passion.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's the assignments for the coming year. I'm looking forward to another year. I think we've had a good run this past year. We never know what's ahead of us, I will admit that. But moving to that light, this last year we have put together a set of accomplishments. You've all received a copy. I'm going to have Linda walk through the development of this, because this is a totally different format than what you've seen in the past, and one that I think is worthy of our endorsement and distribution throughout the city.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Basically, every year we put together a highlights of what the city is accomplishing, and as the stakes for the city have gotten higher and higher each year, that report's gotten larger and larger and a little more cumbersome, and we have discussed over the last several years reformatting it and making it something a little bit more user-friendly. Also, in each of the departmental reports are posted online, and there's a great deal of detail that's already available to everyone in the reports that are posted online. So if you want detail about anything, it is still out there and available. But Emily and I talked a lot about reformatting this. She actually took on this challenge after we had already developed our traditional report. So basically we've done this report twice, or she has, in this year. But we hope that you like this format. We think it's a little more readable. We think that it will attract the public to look at it online, and it gives you kind of the overall highlights of the year. And then if you want more information on any specific thing, you can look into that in a little more detail. So, and my congratulations to Emily for taking on the task and getting it done. I think that some of the other things that we decided not to do in December and all of you kind of have an idea of what those were, enabled us to have the available time to kind of tackle this in December when we normally would not. We have also included more of the financial information than we have in the past. We've always touched on the audit in this report. We've touched on how we ended the year, but we thought it might be interesting, more interesting to the general public to include the financial information. And then there's a little bit of data that's in the very back. So we hope that you like this new format. And if so, we'll continue with this, and we will post this document online after tonight's meeting, so it will be available to the public.
Thank you for answering my question without my asking.
I discussed with Linda earlier, and we are going to make one change in the treasury. And we'll set it up for the full council meeting at the end of the month. We're going to all get better pictures.
Oh, I didn't look at that part.
Okay, I'm just going to leave that there. I'm going to ask everybody to come prepared to spend an extra 10 minutes. Whenever we adjourn the end of the month, spend an extra 10 minutes. We'll have 1 or 2 cameras here. We'll take a picture of you in a reasonable pose that you're comfortable with, that won't cost the city anything, and we'll then have it on file for these folks to use whenever they have to do such. We'll have a group shot, which will be very useful, and then we may take individual photos. So, in case that's ever needed. What we have on file needs work.
Pretty casual.
I knew somebody else was going to speak to that, so I did. So I hope you have a chance to read it. You have 24 hours or maybe 36 hours to get any feedback to us. If there's anything in it that you'd like to amplify or anything that you find omitted, please get to us. But I think adding the pictures along with the brief description of highlighting what's been accomplished in the year makes a great history of the island, and if we accumulate these over the years, it'll be a great legacy for the future generations to see how the city's evolved over time. So, any immediate comments, or
Did you just step out of Gold's Gym for this photo? That's a great shot.
I can tell you when and how that was taken. I don't think I was prepared, as you can see. The only other thing you have in your packet, and I'm asking you to ponder between now and the end of the month, is we're submitting to you again, I say again, I'm not sure we even did it last year, but as you know, we have a list of approved annual events. And you have here before you is the tabulation of those events, both city events and what we call city-sponsored events. This is the Bible of events that we try and adhere to, simply because we get so many requests from all. You're shaking your head. You don't have one?
There.
Misplace it.
Should have been in it wouldn't be attached to your packet, it was
Right.
in the.
In your
File.
Well, we can definitely get you another copy. But what's on here is those events that we have over time, and this council has approved and said, we want to keep these. And what it does is then restrict us to not approving other events, simply because we have a crowded schedule. And there's only so many things that the city staff and the city departments, police, fire, et cetera, can work through. So these are our approved events. If we want to delete any because of whatever reason, please bring it forward at the end of the month. If you want to add any, we need to develop a discussion as to why we would be adding it. But, you know, it's something we need to ratify, and then we ask council to stand with it as we get, you know, constant, well, not constant, but we get frequent invitations to host the events over here, and we're an attractive location, notwithstanding the pictures in the document.
Just because the council's not attractive doesn't necessarily mean the Isle of Palms isn't.
So I ask you to ponder that. We'll bring it up at the next council meeting just to ratify it, but you have a copy, or will have a copy, certainly shortly. So. Anything else to be brought up? Nothing else on the agenda?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Happy New Year.
For the record.
That's a record.